What is up, guys? I am doing a video for you. This is a beginner's guide to buying gold. As you all know, I did one on silver. I'll leave the link to that one in the description if you want to check that one out. But this one is about gold. So, there's a couple differences between buying silver and gold. There's certain things you need to look out for. There's more room for error when you're buying gold. So, this video hopefully will help you understand a little bit more what you're buying. It's very important that you know what exactly you're buying with gold, okay? There's a couple terms that you should know, and there's sizes that you should know about. And, you got to make sure you know if you're going more towards the numismatic side or if you're going more towards the weight side, which is the regular investment side, okay? So what do I mean by numismatic? Well, this coin right here, which is a Lunar series, okay, the Year of the Monkey from the Perth Mint, this is considered more of a numismatic coin, all right? So you pay a little bit extra for these numismatic coins because they have numismatic value. So basically, the easiest way to kind of explain numismatic is it's more towards the collector side. Yes, you do have, the same amount of gold as in, like a Krugerrand, which is not on the numismatic side. This is more for the investment side, right? A lot of people, everyone knows a Krugerrand. Anyone that's been doing gold and silver, for a long time or that, it's been involved in it knows a Krugerrand. It's very popular, okay? So this is more for an investment. This is more towards the collector side of buying gold, all right? So that being said, you need to know exactly what you're doing, what you're buying when it comes to gold. Here I have an American Eagle. That's another one that's kind of in the same class as the Krugerrand. It's more on the investment side, right? Everybody knows the Eagle. It's a very popular coin. So right here, I have 5 1/10 ounce coins, okay? That's 1/2 ounce. That's a half an ounce of gold. These go for, I'm going to, ballpark the numbers here. These go for $150 each, okay? So you combine these, at $750 to get a half an ounce of gold. If I were to buy just a straight up coin, a half ounce of gold coin, it'd be around $650, $660. Really depends on what you're buying, but around that mark. You'll find coins for around $700, but most likely those are more towards the numismatic side. Okay, not the investment side. So, you're paying more to buy these little coins, these 1/10 ounce, but when you go to sell, you'll get it back because they're still going to hold that value. They're still going to be $150 each. Okay, so yeah, you're paying more to get less gold, but you'll still get that money back. All right, so keep that in mind when you're buying. They sell smaller variations of these gold coins. They have 1/20th ounce, 1/25th ounce, all the way down to pretty much 1 gram of gold if you want to start doing that. But just keep in mind you're paying more per gram the smaller you go. And I said the same thing in my silver guide. It's the same deal. All right. However, when you're buying silver, it's a little different. 1/10 ounce, silver by the gram, things like that is not as common as gold, all right? So there's room for error. You got to be careful for buying proofs. They'll sell for a lot more just because it's a proof. There's not that many of them minted. So make sure if you're doing this for an investment and not so much for the numismatic part, that you're not buying those proofs, okay? Make sure you're paying attention to what you're buying. If you're doing it more for the numismatic, then that's different. Then you go and buy the proofs, you go and buy the low mintage coins and things like that, right? But as far as investment goes, you want to stick to, these regular coins, BUs, brilliant uncirculated, extra fine, stuff like that. That's fine with these 1/10 ounce. But then when you start getting into these older coins, okay, like the Lucky Angel, which I have here, or the more common, British sovereign, that's when the BU, the extra fine, the AU, the almost uncirculated, things like that start coming into play majorly. This is, I want to say this is an AU British sovereign, right? So I got it closer to melt value. Now, if I were to buy the BU, it'd be like $10, $15 more. Sometimes even more than that. It really depends. So, I bought this for an investment, whereas if you were to buy a BU version or, a completely uncirculated proof, whatever, one of those, that would be more on the numismatic side. So it's more towards the collectors than it is for the investors, right? Because a normal investor is not going to care if it's circulated or not, as long as it has the gold content. That's all that matters, right? So keep that in mind. I don't have a 1 ounce gold coin, all right? And I did a video on talking about why I sold my 1 ounce gold buffalo. And this I found is easier to buy these fractional pieces. I don't buy anything smaller than 1/10 ounce, right? So this is a good way to start building up. And trust me, it starts to add up real quick. You think it won't because there's so little, but it does. So you got to find what is in your comfort zone as far as what you make a year, how much extra money you have at the end of the month to be able to put into gold, right? So, then you have, let's talk about the Panda here. This is 3 grams. This isn't a full 1/10 ounce, all right? And this is more on the numismatic. I think I paid like $170 for this. So we got 150, all right, ballpark. Keep in mind this is a ballpark. 150 versus 170 something. Why? This is actually less gold than this. This is 3 grams. This is 3.1, right? So that's what I'm saying as far as the numismatic. So these will go up in value every year because they carry that numismatic value, all right? So pay attention to stuff like that. Then you have the Michael slaying the dragon from the Isle of Man. That's another one that's more on the numismatic side. This is a 1985, which is a scarce year. So I paid a little extra for that. So as you can see, I have the American Eagle, which is on the investment side. The Krugerrands, I have 2 of them. Those are on the investment side. And then you have the Panda. You have the Lunar series year, the monkey, the Michael slaying the dragon from the Isle of Man. These are numismatic coins, okay? Whereas these are investment coins. These are also considered investment coins, as long as you're not buying the extra fine or the BU. Which, don't get me wrong, you can find deals on the BUs and all that if you're into that kind of thing, where it's still an investment and not so much on the numismatic side. But then they have like scarce years and stuff like that. So once you start doing that with these, keep in mind these are like, this is a $300 coin, over $300. This one's like $260. So when you start doing that, buying those scarce years and stuff, you're going on the numismatic side of buying gold. All right. So, so just pay attention to what you're buying is what I'm trying to say. Know your stuff, Google stuff, watch videos like these, have as much knowledge as possible when you're buying gold because, I got caught a couple times when I first started. I was buying proofs. I wasn't paying attention to the size of the coin. So, I was thinking I was getting a good deal. Then all of a sudden the coin comes in the mail and I'm like, what is this thing? It's freaking this big. And I spent like $80 on it, and it's like a 1 gram coin. So pay attention. And, it ended up being like a proof and limited mintage. And that's not exactly what I'm into. I'm not really, every once in a while I'll dip into that, but it's not really what I'm into. And it's definitely not what I wanted at the time. So I had to resell it, and I ended up taking a little bit of a hit when I went to go resell it. So be careful with that kind of stuff. Pay attention to what you're buying. So yeah, if you want to stick to strictly investment, gold investment, Krugerrands, Eagles, and these sovereigns. That's it. That could be your bread and butter. Then you have like the French Rooster, which are pretty cheap. I actually have one on the way, and stuff like that. So, it really depends on how much, like I said, how much you have at the end of the month to be able to put into this. And just know what you want to do. Do I want to collect these numismatic ones? Do I want to collect for strictly investment? Do I want to go after these scarce year? Like this one says rare, 1980, but I paid a regular price for a Krugerrand. And honestly, I didn't even look to see if this is a scarce year or a rare year. Who knows? Sometimes these coin shops just write that, even though it's not true. So, so there you go. If you have any other questions about gold, buying gold, this is just a starter video. I'll probably do a follow-up video like I did with the silver buying guide. Um, you know, just going more in depth. But so like I said, with gold, you have these different denominations where it's silver, you're most likely just buying 1 ounce, 2 ounce, 5 ounce, 10 ounce, so on and so forth. It's pretty straightforward. But now you're starting to get into these strange denominations with gold because obviously gold's more expensive, and for everybody, 1 ounce of gold is not in their budget. So if you want to get into gold, you have to settle for these little coins, right? These fractional gold coins. So it becomes a little bit different than buying silver in that sense because, you're not getting the normal denominations. And you really have to pay attention to what denomination you're buying, all right? So make sure you're looking, you're doing your math. So this is a 0.1867 a troy ounce of gold. If you do the math, you go on Google and you Google it, 0.1867 troy ounce of gold into grams. It'll tell you exactly how many grams it is. And I want to say it's like 5 point something grams of gold. So make sure you're doing that and you're doing your math and you're being vigilant with that kind of stuff before you're buying anything, okay? Especially the less common older coins. They have like coins from Belgium. They have coins from Italy. So, with those less common ones, make sure you're getting a good deal and make sure you know the exact size of the coin and you're doing your math. All right? So, there you go. Like I said, I'll do a follow-up video. This is a good starter video. If you guys want to start a conversation down in the description, go ahead. I'll try and get involved. And, subscribe if you haven't. Like the video, please. And I will talk to you guys later. Later.